Hello, and welcome to the evening session. And in this live stream, we are going to explore into another domain. We are going to learn something very powerful skill, which we are calling as inner vision. Mastering inner vision is what we are going to get into and learn, applying 5 simple steps. Why should we at all learn this skill? What is there in the inner vision concept? That's what we are also going to look at and recall some of the concepts that we have already got into and learned in the last few days. Great to have all your presence. Wonderful to see all of you in the live stream right here, right now. Welcome, and let's start and get in. Would love to hear from you. Is my voice coming across? Can you see me properly? Just give me a quick response. Yeah, I can see few responses coming in. Welcome. So is it okay? Are you getting the voice appropriately? Are you getting the video also on your screen? Just let me know. In case of any problem, we will try to set it right. So wonderful. Let me give a quick recap of our journey. How we started, what exactly are we are getting into, what is the purpose of this, and how we can really move towards that direction with a systematic and very proper, simple steps, which is also based on science and ancient Indian wisdom. So let's look at that. Day one, if you recall, we had discussed about the conscious and the subconscious mind. The purpose was to understand the nature of the mind and the structure of the brain. If you recall, that day also we discussed about the layers of the brain which resembles to different aspects of animals. Some part of the brain is so similar to the reptile's brain. Some part is very similar to the brains of the mammals. So there are different layers. Naturally, as the structure vary, each of the layers of the brain also have different preferences, different conditioning, and what we also term as tendencies. Samskaras, also they are known as in Sanskrit. So these tendencies, these programs, these conditionings, they do have a bearing on the quality of our life. So in order to work on that, in order to understand that, then we talked about what are these samskaras, what are these different tendencies. Not all the samskaras we're talking about, but some tendencies of the mind which are deep rooted inside our subconscious mind, which we call the human trap. 6 different aspects. Our mind's tendency to go back in the timeline and hold on to something, we call it holding on trap. Mind's tendency to project a apparently possible negative outcome in the future and then feel restless about that, we call it the uncertainty trap. Mind's disturbance with regard to relationships, turbulence because of relationships, me and my relationship trap. Similarly, our inability to handle the overwhelming responsibilities, not just handling as if our responsibilities, our different engagement in life is snatching away our freedom, autonomy trap. Similarly, we term something as name, fame, status, position trap, which we term as the identity trap as well. Very powerful. We discussed how powerful is the identity trap. So we understood that these are powerful traps. And finally, we talked about something called the unfairness trap, equality and unfairness trap. So these are different tendencies of the mind which lead to limitation. That's why we call them traps. They're limiting our possibilities in life. We are unable to bring out the best outcome. We are superbly powerful. We have tremendous potential inside. Unfortunately, these human tendencies are limiting. As we say, human tendencies, these tendencies are also, we can term them, emerging from the animal parts of the human brain. So then we talked about how we can handle them properly, what can we do about them, and how to overcome them. In order to change them, reprogram the brain, the subconscious mind, we need tools. So we discussed about different tools which can help us overcome these challenges, or techniques which can help us overcome these challenges. We talked about a technique where we can calm down our mind, connect to the subconscious mind. As a first step, we first connect to a subconscious mind as an elephant. If we are training an elephant, first we have to calm down the wild elephant, then we need to build rapport with the elephant. Not we, it has to, the mouth has to build rapport with the elephant before even starting the training process. So uh, that is what we are saying, moving with that elephant, going with that elephant, touching that elephant, building that rapport with the elephant. Similarly, as we get to that calm state of being, our conscious mind builds rapport with the elephant. Yeah, building rapport with the elephant is what we term as E state, or a connected state, connection with the subconscious. Step one. Step two, we discuss something amazing. Three powerful techniques we discussed. We termed them as inner vision, wherein we use our imaginary vision to transform our internal state of being, or what we call the programs which are there. This is one of the aspects which help us reprogram. And if you recall, we discussed about the vision, or the sensory input, plus the emotion. When we are visualizing, emotion has to be an integral part of that process. We feel that. If when we are doing, let's say I'm planning to get up early in the morning, I'm getting up early in the morning, that's what I'm visualizing, and also I'm feeling that excitement of getting up early in the morning. So emotion is attached, juxtaposed to that particular feeling. What is important is sensory input plus the emotion changes the program. So we discussed about three aspects. One, using our internal ability to visualize things, what we termed as inner vision. Our internal ability to listen to voices, hear things, which happens anyway at the subliminal level, at the subconscious level, which it happens, those voices come. In order to overcome the negative internal voices, we need to bring in something called positive inner voice, or affirmations. And also we discussed about the inner touch. That means we feel internally, using our mind, taking our mind, taking our attention, taking our awareness, and getting absorbed to one location or one aspect, so much so that we completely get immersed into that inner touch. These are the three tools that we discussed in the previous sessions. Today we are going to look at one of the techniques which is very powerful, visualization. But how to visualize? Many people, they tell me that I can't visualize. I'm a auditory guy, or I'm a kinesthetic. Kinesthetic means I'm more practicing, or I'm moving my hands and legs and motor organs, so that is how I learn. So visualization is not my cup of tea. I ask them one single question: do you dream? Have you got experience of dreaming? Have you ever dreamt of anything in life? People say, yeah, yeah, I have not so far not heard anyone from anyone that he has never got experience of dreaming. When we sleep, we dream. Anyone here who does not have that experience of dreaming, you can mention that, or say, I dream. If you are with me, yeah, I can see some people saying, I cannot visualize. I'll give you that power, that practice, that technique. How we can all visualize, it needs practice for sure. Yeah, I cannot drive car. Yes, I can drive car, but because that potential is there, it's only to be practiced. Yeah. So if you can dream, or you have dreamt, just write, I dream. And dream is super powerful, super powerful. Dream is very powerful. In fact, if we can organize our dreams appropriately, we can feel a change in our subconscious state. We can change our mindset. We can change our energy. We can change so many things in life. There is some technique known as lucid dreaming, where we not just know that I'm dreaming at this point in time, I also recognize that dreaming, I can guide my dreaming. I can see dream. I can change my dream. Lucid dreaming is a very powerful technique, and those techniques we certainly can learn in future sessions. But yes, all of us, we can dream. And if you can dream, you can visualize, because that is a testimony that you have the ability to visualize. You have those internal imaginary imagination which can create dreams. How dreams are created, still it's an enigma. We do not know what dreams are. In fact, if you go to the Mandukya Upanishad, it talks about the dreams. It talks about the deep sleep state, and it talks about the wakeful state, explaining the, what I call, the power, or what is the reality in the existence. What it calls as Om is the existence, having three aspects of life: wakefulness, dream state, and deep sleep state. We are not getting there today, but sure, we have the power to dream, and that's exactly what we say we can definitely visualize. We can certainly see that I can do this inner vision. I can bring in the power of inner vision. With inner vision, what can we do? So many things. You can change your habits by visualization. I can certainly change certain programming inside me. I can bring in certain change inside me. I can do certain things which otherwise I could not have done. Like, if you plan, visualize that I'm not going to have sweets, and feel about that, and you are seeing that there are sweets on serve, and there are wonderful nuts and sprouts and salads are on serve. You are going there enjoying the moment of not having sweets and having salad, sprouts, curd, and other nutritious food, and having them and saying, wow, what a brilliant experience of my power of not taking sweets, and my power and my wonderful experience of having this beautiful, delicious, nutritious food. The moment you start saying that, visualizing that 10 times, when you go to the actual place where it is unserved, you can change that behavior. Why? Visualization not just change your mindset, visualization also changes the internal physiological processes. As I was mentioning in one of the examples, where it has been seen that people have been asked just to visualize they're doing some kind of exercise for 12 weeks in a row, in a stretch. And similarly, one other group were also relaxing, but they were just relaxing. But the group on which they were making the experiment, they were just asked to visualize the process of doing exercise. After 12 weeks, what they found was absolutely astonishing. The power of the biceps, the muscles, has gone up by 13.5%. Powerful, super powerful. So visualization can change the physiological processes. And let me also reveal something. Visualization is a meditative process. It's one of the most powerful meditations. If you go to many of the ancient texts, visualization has been explained in Drishya Viveka, 6 varieties of meditation. One of them, in fact, 2 kinds of meditation are based on visualization: internal visualization and external visualization. So, visualization is also a meditative process. In the dharana, sometimes we can hold on to some kind of internal forms. We can hold on to a color. That's also a visualization. In the chakra meditation, we see the color of the chakra, we get to that and we clearly visualize it. A powerful visualization meditation. So knowing, learning, and mastering visualization is important in our life. Are you all interested, excited, and ready to go for this? Just write excited if you are really, really interested and excited about it. Excited to learn. You can write that. Excited to learn about visualization. Yeah, you can mention that. Excited to learn about the visualization process, wherein we can really feel and see how this can really change and transform our life through visualization. Great, great, great. So let's get on. Let's look at how we can do it, how we can master it. And as we all know, all of us, if we practice, we can drive. If we practice, we can swim. If we practice, we can do any of the skills which are possible by human beings. So, this is again one skill. For any skill, we need to follow a process. And that process is what I'm going to share with you. I urge all of you to be attentive for the next few minutes with all your presence, with all your awareness. Open your mind. When I say open your mind, learning needs an open mind. You just need to receive with trust. Later on, you can check it, and if it doesn't work, you can keep it aside. But initially, we should learn with open mind. In the Vedantic practices, they term it in three steps. Step number one, Atmavare Shrotabhyam. Listening is also a form of receiving. Shrotabhyam. Whatever we are listening, we are receiving with open mind. But don't stop there. Look at it with logic, with with all your intellectual abilities. Atmavare Mantavyam. Churn it. Use your intellect to see whether it is in inappropriate logic, appropriately placed, or it has got some flaws in that. So first we have to receive with trust, understand without any kind of veil, without any kind of blockage. Just receive. Then you can challenge it also. You can ask, you can go with logic, check it with logic. And finally, when you are convinced that this works, then Atvavare Nididhyasitavyam. Of course, Nididhyasana is a kind of meditation, one of the highest forms of meditation of the Vedantic practices. So, first, that's what I was just coming to. Shrotabhyam. Let's all open our mind to listen and receive this. And then we will, of course, look at this, check it with our mind, practice it, and then bring it, make it our nature of how I can be that. Yeah, great. So let's get on. Let's start with this. This picture, what you are seeing on your screen, is a person visualizing. In fact, in modern times, you will see vision is so important for any corporate. If you do not have a proper vision, you cannot proceed. Why? Because everything is created once in the mind before actually it is manifested. Look at any big person, any person who has achieved tremendous things in life, whether it is Narayan Murthy ji, or whether it is Dr. Abdul Kalam, or whether it's people who have really achieved something exceptional in their life. You'd look at their mind, they have already seen it before it got manifested in their life, and that vision has pushed them, pulled them towards the manifestation. Similarly, when we have a vision, we actually move towards that goal, achieve that goal. And this is why we say we have to visualize, we have to see it before even it is manifested. You can see it. Today we have gadgets to create, yeah, vision. So, but still, our mind is a far powerful gadget than any of the gadgets that we know. It's far more intelligent than any of the AI, any of the computers put together. Probably entire global computers put together cannot match the intelligence of your mind. That's not my version. It's the version of Dr. V.S. Ramachandran, who says the human mind is so complex. The number of connections that the human neurons create inside one brain is more than, listen to this, more than the number of elementary particles available in the known universe. One human brain, the possibility, the number of brain states far exceeds the number of elementary particles, not even atoms. Electrons, protons, neutrons are the elementary particles. Known universe, not just in the world, not just in the earth, in the known universe, the possible mind state in one brain is that much. You can imagine how powerful this one brain is. And we are even not talking about the brain, the mind state. If you go to the ancient concept, it is the consciousness itself which creates the brain's expressions. We'll come to that someday, some other day. But what we are looking at is our mind is far more powerful than any of the gadgets. Now let us empower this. We are not utilizing this. One of the empowerment that we are looking at today is the practice of visualization. And I can guarantee all of you here, you all can do this without any problem if you practice it for a few days. Doing one day then leaving it, it would not work. You have to do it. Like if you want to drive car, you have to do it every day, maybe for 7 days, 10 days, 12 days, 15 days. Then suddenly you will find that you are driving it. That's not the end of it. You have to take the car to the road so that you can drive on the road. Traffic is there, complexity increases. Slowly it becomes so comfortable for you to drive through. You are not even thinking about it, just a choice, and it happens. That's manifestation. So let's look at that. Let us look at how we can master the art of visualization. I term it as inner vision based on the ancient concepts. Now it has got 5 steps. We will go one by one, understanding each one of them, and that will help us how we really master each of these steps. Let's look at it. First one, the first step is known as glimpse recall. Glimpse recall, very simple. Glimpse recall is look at an object. Let's say I have one ball. I have this small device, let's say. I have this device. I look at this device for a few seconds, completely get engrossed into that device or this particular object. Look at that, the color of it, the shape of it, the details of it. Then I slowly close my eyes, holding that object in my closed mind, in closed eyes. I'm holding it in my mind. Can I recreate in my mind? Yes, I can think it was a white colored, kind of a square object having some, convoluted contour outline. I can see that. Yeah. So that I can create, looking at it, have a glimpse of it, and recall that glimpse in your mind. This is a very powerful practice in the ancient Indian traditions. Trataka, if you've heard of this term, was such a practice where we focus on one point, focus on one object. Typically, people would practice on looking at the flame of a candle. Flame of a candle, you just look at that candle, hold that flame in your mind, then close your eyes, reconstruct that flame in your mind. I can assure all of you, do this practice today. Dim the light in your house after we complete the session. Shut down most of the lights. Take one candle, lit it up. Careful, be careful. Take all safety measures. In today's era, we are not using candles much. Use all your, be very careful while doing it. Lit up a candle, look at that flame for a few seconds, then close your eyes and construct that flame. You can actually, it stays for some time. So it's easier to hold it. So close your eyes and then see the flame. That's what we say, glimpse recall. Does it sound absolutely possible? Right? Absolutely possible. Absolutely possible. Yeah, right? Absolutely possible. If you feel that this is clearly a possibility, anyone can do this. Look at an object, few seconds, close your eyes. If it is not happening for the first time, do it for the second time. It's fun. Enjoy this. These processes you should enjoy. Feel that I'm learning something very powerful, some human skills which can elevate my consciousness. So, absolutely possible. That's what we say. It is a clear possibility by every human being. All of us, we can do it. We can all do it. So, let's practice this. Glimpse recall. Take it down. If please have a notepad somewhere, take it down. Glimpse recall is when we look at an object, close our eyes, and again reconstruct it inside, feeling that inside. Yeah, or seeing it inside. That's what is um, glimpse recall. I think all of you understood this. So simple. I always try to make or learn simple things and also share simple things, because simplicity is what is power. The simpler the thing is, the practice is, more powerful is that. They say the most powerful equation is the simplest equation known. The most powerful equation is equation of the Albert Einstein, E equal to mc square. Only 3 4, that's it. E equal to mc and square. Five syllables, five, only 5 letters. So simplicity is power. So this is very simple, yet very, very powerful. So glimpse recall is the first practice. You can also use something like a tennis ball, something like any small object. Look at that, close your eyes, and reconstruct it inside. So all those who were thinking that they are not visual, you please try this out. You'll find you develop that visualization capability slowly, but for sure. Now, when we say glimpse recall is the first step, the second step is fun. It's very interesting, very powerful, and you would love it, because this has got some childlike element, playful thing, and playfulness is power. So let's look at that. When we say glimpse recall, the second step is color form transformation. Now we will play with it. I've seen something, created a ball inside, or created a flame inside, or created any object inside after reminding it and creatively creating inside my mind. The next thing that I can do is to play around with that object. Let's say I created a flame now, or I looked at a flame and reconstructed the flame inside the candle light. I can see it as a huge flame, yeah, that candle flame. Or I can see it as a miniature. I can see that flame in a different color, pink. I can see it as purple, brown, yellow. It is yellow. So we can change the color in our mind, and seeing it in horizontal, say ulta, we can create, have fun with that object in our mind. You'd really enjoy this. So here, let's say we see a ball, and after seeing that ball, tennis ball, now I create some kind of a pink ball, some kind of a striped ball, having a fun, like small child is playing with a sponge kind of a ball, or a huge, large, massive kind of a plastic or a metallic ball. Keep changing it inside your mind. If you can transform that using your faculty, you can really, not just you are doing it as fun, you are empowering some part of your brain. Especially these kind of imaginations, they happen in the prefrontal cortex area. Prefrontal cortex is the frontal part. The people in the ancient time, we do not know how they had this kind of intuition and this kind of insight, that this is the part where they would use to meditate. So this is the location where we have a lot of neurons which give us awareness. So when we are doing this imaginary creative awareness, our awareness and creativity increases significantly. So prefrontal lobe area, we actually create a lot of activity out there. Also in the occipital lobe, the part of the brain which constructs visual imagery. So all those visual imagery which we see in real life, when light comes in and it falls on the retina, then it goes to the occipital lobe, and all these things happen. Now with imagination we create the same thing. And this is power. This is relaying the neural pathway, making them stronger to visualize. Just right, strong to visualize, strengthen your, now you are strong to visualize. You have the neural pathway which are strong, and you can visualize better if you do this practice multiple times. Then comes something which can heal you. We'll come to those as we slowly proceed. Just try that. Very powerful. Yeah. Now, moving on to the next one. Third, so we have learned two: glimpse recall, color form transformation. The next one, we term it as space, time, voice. Space, time, voice. Space, time, voice means now we are free to move around. Our mind has the capability to go to any space, to go to any timeline. That's what we can do. How? I close my eyes. Now, since I have the power, I have strengthened my visualization ability. I just see myself. Let's say I'm seeing myself in the Himalayas. I'm looking at the towering Himalayas, or I'm going to a temple where I'm enjoying it. I'm having that feeling of being in front of the temple, or I'm going to let's say Taj Mahal, or I'm going to the Eiffel Towers. I'm going to the Angkor Wat, or going to the pyramids, or I can go to the outer space. I see myself as an astronaut and maybe on the moon, or I'm just going inside the Milky Way or the solar system. See the things by changing your imaginary capability to traverse and travel through space. It's again a very powerful element of traveling through locations. Space is location. You are here, you are now thinking I'm in New Delhi, or I'm in London, or I'm in Paris, or I'm in New York. So, depending on where you want to be, just see that you are there. Feel that location. It not just allows you to have that flexibility and some fun, it also gives you a sense of intuition, very powerful intuition. When you actually traverse through time and space, you have it's kind of a spiritual process where we can feel what is happening. Our pulses, our ability to get some kind of signals, it increases manyfold. So, space, time, voice, using our brain, mind, imagination, and feeling. Feeling is important all the time. Feeling created in the prefrontal lobe area. There is a part called the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, where actually the imagination of objects and feelings also can be created. When we feel good, we can create that. You can we say feel good, we create a feeling. That's not actual feeling, but the moment we create it, that also flows through our body, and body tends to believe I am feeling good, and that actually transforms our internal state of being. So here, space, time, voice, I trust all of you have understood this. Just like I love to travel, I love traveling, or I love to travel. And this is free traveling. You can travel to any place. And not just you, you can travel with your family. You see your family with you when you're there. We'll come to that in the next one, next one. Yeah. So just write that I love to travel, or I love traveling. And when we see this, we also can see our life through the timeline. We moved through the space with our imagination. We can also traverse through the timeline. What is this timeline? Timeline is I go back to my school days. I enjoy my school days. Let's say the moment when I went to school and enjoyed with my friends, I'm dancing, I'm playing, and all those playful moments I can recall. Traveling through the timeline. I go back and recall the moment of my wedding, recall the moment when we had been onto the honeymoon, or we had been to some wonderful place together, or family time in some lovely travel, that you can recall, or you are recalling your first job. So moments which you enjoyed, you can recall those, traversing through time. Similarly, you can traverse to future, seeing yourself in the future. You can see yourself as somewhere you are interacting with a robot and enjoying with the robot, dancing with the robot, and or AI system, you're talking to your friend. So all these things are what we say traveling or space time wise. Mentally, we can do it, increases your power to visualize manyfold. You become a super master visualization visualizer. Yeah. So great. Understood this. You all love to travel. I can see that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So we travel through space, we travel through time. Now, the next one that talks about journey through the body. Very, very important. Very important. It's so important that once I tell you what is the importance, you will definitely do this. Journey through the body is I close my eyes and get into my different body parts. I just observe, I visualize them, whatever way I know them, whatever knowledge I have about them. Let's say I go in and see my heart functioning. I'm just looking at it with joy, enjoying as if I'm also dancing with the heartbeat and saying, wow, thank you, heart. Gratitude to you. I love you. So you can go through the body to different parts. You can go to a brain and see wonderful flickering of those neurons and neural pathways in activation. You are just swimming in that neural field, enjoying the functioning of your brain. You can go to your lungs, how it is blowing and blowing out and blowing in. You're enjoying watching, witnessing that extraordinary breathing process in the lungs. Similarly, you can go to different parts, to your kidney, to your liver, to your stomach, to every part, and see and enjoy. To go to your bones, to your spinal cord, to your flesh, to different muscles. Just observe them, saying, "Wow, brilliant! Thank you. I enjoyed. I love you." This is super powerful from two point of view. One, you definitely improve your ability to visualize and visualize about your body, and this is a powerful healing process. If you master this, you can heal your body by as if you are witnessing that particular body part and enjoying with it, embracing it, and saying, wow, thank you, gratitude, I love you. So do you see the power of it? Just like if you really loved this, just say, I love my body. I love my body. And this will multiply your love for your body. And when you multiply your love for your body, your immunity increases. I'm not saying this from just like that. There are multiple research which have been done, especially one book by Dr. Bruce Lifton, which talks about the biology of belief. There are many books. I just mentioned about this, wherein it says the kind of internal connect environment you create, the genetic expression also comes in that fashion. That means genes are not the masters. Always we have been thinking that genes are the masters, but actually the genetic expression also is dependent on the consciousness that is there inside. If we can change our consciousness towards the positive, the genetic expression also changes. So this is something which we can really transform and change. I love my body. Love your body. Transform the body, and you'll make your body a super powerful body, healthy body, and you love more and more being with yourself. So lovely to see all your wonderful comments out there. Now moving to the next one. This has more to do with manifestation. Manifestation is something which is I wish something and that comes in my life. So here we are talking about life situation construction. Life situation construction. What exactly does it mean? It means that we can we can construct such a certain kind of situations in our mind. For example, if I want to go for, or I am supposed to go for a presentation tomorrow, I construct that presentation in my mind. It's not just about creating the PPT, it's about completely being in that place of presentation. I'm there with all my positive energy, with confidence. I'm making a presentation to a vast audience, and the audience is rejoicing. I'm just witnessing that joy in their face, and I'm witnessing my complete engrossed, involved presentation, which is creating value through that process. So, this is what we say, I'm creating a situation, and that feeling is created before even I'm doing it in actual practical space. So there are many relationships, meetings, interactions, negotiations, having having a kind of discussion with others, leading people, planning, organizing things. Many things can be constructed. It can be constructed in your mind, and you bring in all the positive energy, all the feelings that are desired, required at that point in time. If you can bring them all, create that structure, create that construction of that situation in your mind, you are in a better position to manifest it. And that would happen more often than not. Things like, let's say I want to do jogging every morning. Construct that situation. I have already given this example. Construct that situation, visualize. It's morning, you are getting up from the bed, enjoying that moment of getting up. And you are saying, wow, what a brilliant morning. Then you're putting your feet down, feeling the chill of the ground and saying, wow, amazing, lovely, I really love it. Then you're going, washing your face, thanking water for that chillness, freshness that it's giving you. In spite of its harsh winter, you are saying, oh, thank you, water. You'll find you'll enjoy it. That chillness will not give you pain, it will rather give you some kind of freshness and agility. And then you're visualizing all these things, feeling it as you are doing it in your internal mind, constructing that situation before even actually we do it. Then you are going out jogging, enjoying the environment. Do it 10-15 times. When you do it few times, your body accepts it, because subconscious mind tends to believe it is truth. The reality is, the subconscious mind does not differentiate much between actual and virtual, between imaginary and real. If you go for a virtual ride, the virtual reality rides, if you go for, you would see that you will actually feel like that. You are just sitting on a chair and you are seeing something, putting on that virtual reality gadget. You're feeling like you are going on a roller coaster, or you're falling down from a height, or you are going in a rocket. Why? Because your subconscious mind is given that kind of sensory input, that this is what is happening, it is imaginary, but still it trusts that. So when you create that kind of an imaginary thing inside and make your subconscious trust that, believe that, you'll find you are transforming the subconscious mind and transforming your life for the better. How did you like so far? Are you just getting it, understanding it, and loving it? If you are, just mention that, understanding and loving it. Or you can say getting it and loving it. All of us, the power is in practice. Power is in practice. When we do it repeatedly, repetition is the essence. Commitment is the essence. Yeah. Loving it. Wow. So let's all apply this, and let's put it to our life. Practice it repeatedly, and we'll see transformation happening. That would just be a matter of time, and you would not be craving for it. As we go for these practices, these are so interesting, exciting, and enjoyable. You would not be looking at the outcome when it is coming, because you tend to completely trust it, that yes, it's going to happen. So that is what we need, that creation before even it is manifested, and completely being confident about that manifestation is the essence of these practices. So that's how things are. Just let me quickly give you the recap what we learned today. We discussed about the subconscious conscious mind construct, and also understood that the subconscious mind has got some tendencies which are causing some kind of challenges in our mind. We call them the human trap. In order to overcome those human trap, we have to apply some techniques, and once we remove them, our potential, our power increases, multiplies. So we need to have some strategy, some techniques. The techniques that we discussed, how we can intervene in our mind, are visualization, we call it inner vision, we call it, there is another technique, inner voice and inner touch. For applying these techniques, first we have to have the connect with the subconscious, and for that we have to calm down the internal state, get to a state called the alpha state. And for applying the technique of visualization, which we call the inner vision, we have a 5-step process. What was the 5-step process? The 5-step process was actually this. It is the, let me bring it on again. It's glimpse recall, the first step. The next step is color form transformation. We see something, create it inside the mind, then we transform the color of that, shape of that, size of that, form of that. We change it. So we use our mind, we practice our mind, we are kind of doing a mental gymnastic, mental gym we are doing, right? We are using our mental power to change the color and form of the object. Then we have the third kind of practice, which we say space time voice or travel. So we are traveling to different places using our imagination, using our mind, and visualizing them with those emotions. Next, we talked about even time travel, go back in our past, enjoying the moments which we enjoyed in our life, recalling those wonderful moments. And then we talked about something very powerful, which we call the journey through the body. As we visualize different parts of the body in activation, in functioning, go to the brain, see how the brain is wonderfully functioning, saying, "Oh, I love you. Great. Thank you." So it's a healing process that we do. And also we, followed by that, we came to something, or discussed about something called the life situation construction. This is for manifestation of certain things in our life, and that can bring in the idea, the the power to create something before even it is coming in our life, and completely having the trust that this is going to manifest. We are not even waiting for it as if we have it already. So that trust, that confidence removes the blockages, removes the impediments, the hurdles in the line of our manifestation. All the big, the most successful people have always believed in their manifest, in their vision. Believe in vision. I'm not talking it esoterically or rhetorically. It is about, look at anyone who has achieved something. May it be Elon Musk, may it be anyone like Bill Gates or Steve Jobs, or in India, Narayan Murthy, Tata, Ratan Tata, or anyone had a huge vision, completely trusted, believed in it. They never ever left it. Similarly, these things are far easier when we trust that you can be fit, you can have more money, when you can have better relationships. These can happen even much with ease. So let's practice, let's put these things to practice, and make visualization something so powerful in our life that we are not even thinking whether it will happen or not. We are absolutely confident, and in the process we become a master of inner vision. Let's all write, master of inner vision, master of inner vision. Timing for the practice, there was one comment we just flashed here. What should be the timing for the practice? Let me tell you a fact. You can practice it anytime, because it's not something which has got anything to do with your physical processes. It's a mental process. Just that you need to be alert, you need to be in a proper state of mind. So just go on and practice anytime. And best time to practice is just before getting to bed. At that time, already our mind is getting settled, and when we are just getting up in the morning. Those are the two times where we have more alpha state activity in the brain. Hypnagogic state, when you're getting to the bed, about to sleep, you can practice this, and it can be more powerful. Yeah. Yeah. Master of inner vision, what we are looking at, each one of you. Let's practice this and transform ourselves. Thank you very much again. Tomorrow we will catch up with another powerful practice. And of course, these practices would definitely help us grow and become joyful in life. I would urge all of you, if you have not so far subscribed to the channel, do subscribe. Do like the video if you liked the session. If you like the session, please feel free to like this session. So like this video so that this will improve the algorithm of YouTube to reach out to a larger audience. And that is what is our mission and objective, how we can reach out and give it to more and more bigger audience. At the same time, you are also, we invite more and more people from your family, your community, your acquaintance to join in and enjoy this. These recordings are also available, so you can share them with your friends and family members. Thank you very much. Have a great time. And also, we are looking at more such engrossing sessions where you are so engrossed, involved in the process, that I am feeling a lot of positive energy. Thank you very much. May God bless all of us. Take care. Have a great time. God bless.